everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first process video for the Build-A-Page series for May. And also this is a May I Scrap Lift You, where I am going to be scrap lifting this beautiful layout from Moira O'Reilly. What inspired me is the stencil that she used to scrapbook her precious cat Chopin, and I thought it was perfect to scrapbook and use for our baby who is on the way from my son and daughter-in-law. Now, I think I mentioned it in the video. This is our rainbow baby. Sadly, Kevin and Emily lost their first two, but we are ecstatic to know that in the beginning of July we will be accepting having this bundle of joy coming into the family. So I thought this was perfect for the ultrasound picture. So I went ahead and took some of my Stampin' Up, I believe it's like a mustard color, and I went ahead and used just a foam brush and applied that to the stencil. And now I am cutting off 1/4 of an inch around the layout so that I can have it framed. Now, I thought that was going to be enough room for the heart, but it does cut off a little bit from the sides, and then Sandy apparently had it on her stencil a little bit higher up, but in the end it ends up working out pretty good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and take the floral paper and I'm going to go ahead and gut it, because, you know, that's kind of what I do. I like those, be frugal with my paper. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this diagonally striped paper with the heart onto the floral background. Now, the reason that I picked this floral is because it's got a little bit of blue and it's got a little bit of pink, and we don't know what the gender is going to be for this little nugget, so we're going to go ahead and keep it kind of gender neutral. So I went ahead and took the 2 ultrasound pictures that I have of the baby, and I matted it on white. And then the other thing I discovered off camera is that this fits perfectly on the invitation that I had for the shower, which is, and this is what the whole inspiration kind of comes off of, along with Moira's layout, is that we're doing a honeybee theme, and so the invitations say, what is it, something, a little honey, or a little honey is on the way. That's what it says. So that's going to be the title of my page. So I'm taking these very old stickers and I'm going to go ahead and cut out the beehive. Now, it said Home Sweet Home, which I don't want, and so when that was cut off, it took off to like the edge of the beehive. So I did cut the little bit of white that was around the sticker off, so it matched the bottom of that sticker where I cut off the Home Sweet Home. The next thing I'm going to do is take those embellishments that are like the paper piercing 3D floral stickers, and I cut them apart. I didn't want the black crow, and I wanted a little bit in the bottom corner, which would make up for the fact that this stencil is a little higher up. And then I took the other 2 flowers, and where Moira has the tag going along the right or the left hand side, I have the 2 flowers going up the left hand side. Now, Moira had sprinkled around her page little kitty prints and little cats, and I took the bees and I sprinkled those around my heart like Moira did. The next thing I'm going to do is start building my title, which is going to be a little honey on the way, and I had to double check the title. So in this font I'm going to say honey, and then I'm going to kind of fuss around. I start out with using an October afternoon orange, and it would have looked fine, but it didn't really go with what I was looking for, so I ended up switching it out and using all the same font for, it's a little yellow one. I think might be from Rosie Studios. And this is where I'm kind of trying to thumb through and figure out what I want. I had some gold, and I figured I had enough of the yellow. So you're going to see me go ahead and put that on there, and then I changed my mind, and actually they're pink fresh. So I'll end up using these little yellow pink fresh in the end. Now the date that I put on there is the date that they're expecting, and I can't remember. It might be the 9th, so I may have to flip the 6 upside down and make it the 9th. Not 100% positive. I got to go back and double check again. But it's the beginning of July. So here is, I'm building that title on some wax paper. Now I will have to do a little MacGyvering of some of the E's that are on here. And I think a T is all that I have to MacGyver, but other than that, I had most of the letters. But again, I'm not going to make you watch all of it. I'm going to go ahead and spell this out, and then I will put the date at the bottom, and then I think I save you the pain of watching me MacGyver and put everything up above. So while I'm doing this, just want to remind you to check out everyone who is playing along with May I Scrap Lift You this month. That is being put on for the whole month by Crystal, who is Pineapple Papers on YouTube. And then over again on BuildAPage, you will see, I think all of us are participating. So you'll have Shannon, who is She's Crafty, Christy, who is Christy's Beautiful Life, Moira, and Jen, who is Kay's mom, and myself on YouTube. And then over on Instagram is Sheila, who is Scotian Scrapbooker. And so all of us will be playing along this month. And I think we're all pretty much on schedule. I don't know, but again, as things happen, I know I'm working day of, and I do have a funeral on Thursday, or visitation to go to on Thursday. So I may be late on Thursdays. We'll see, unless I can get motivated and tomorrow do 2. But anyhow, here I'm again just kind of fussy cutting, and these letters are little, so what I'm going in MacGyvering is these little pieces. But the Nuvo Drops adhesive really does do a pretty good job of holding it all in place once I get it all on there. The foam thickers, I was surprised. Usually those are pretty sticky, and they weren't that great. So I did put a little bit of adhesive, just a drop or 2, underneath those just to give it a little oomph. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm lining it up, and I'm going to kind of overlap the tag. Now Moira has a tab at the top of hers, so I decided to go with this tag and kind of mimic what she had over there. And really I stayed pretty much on with what Moira did in her layout. I love how it turned out. It's a great stencil. If you're looking for the stencil, you can find it over on, it's on, this has been a long day. I just got done working. State Goddess, it is Sandy Reversky, who is State Goddess on YouTube. She has her store, which is Scrapping Reflections. Knew I'd come up with it. And you can get all kinds of stencils over on her site. She also has a Stencil of the Month Club if you're interested in like doing those. And she's got a bunch of really cute 12 by 12 stencils that I've picked up here and there. Now the last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put a little bee trails on several of my bees. The ones that are more of the whimsical bees, those are getting a little loop-de-loop because they're whimsical, and then the other ones, they're still whimsical but more realistic. They're just getting a little arched little bee trail. And then that is going to be, I'm going to go into, here's where I decide that I needed something a little bit more up above with the honey. So I took off one of the floral blooms and I put that up above, and I like how that kind of now gives me that triangle. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Echo Park sticker books. Now, I have a boy sticker book and I have a girl sticker book, and again, I'm trying to avoid pink or blue because we really don't know at this point what it is. But what I was able to find is a green phrase sticker that says "A Miracle from Heaven," and then another one that was white with green lettering that said "Oh baby." And I kind of flipped through the pink ones to see if there was anything, again, generic, but the greens were off, and the ones in the boy book matched the green in the leaves, so I thought those would work. And that is going to be it. Here is the layout side by side, and here is a close-up. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you again tomorrow on my channel for another process video.